All right, today we are going to build something so cool. A completely functional, totally portable Google TV that lives on, you guessed it, a simple USB stick. Yeah, we're talking about a little device you can plug into pretty much any computer, and bam, you get a full-on smart TV experience.
So, think about this for a second. You've got an old laptop collecting dust, maybe a work PC or one of those little mini PCs. What if you could just plug in a USB drive and boom, it's a 4K smart TV? We're talking Google Play Store, Netflix, YouTube, the whole shebang. Well, that is exactly what we're going to build right now. So the goal here is pretty simple, but it's really powerful. We are creating a pocket-sized entertainment hub that's not stuck on one screen. You can literally take it with you, plug it in anywhere, and have your entire media world right there ready to go.
So let's get specific. What we're aiming for here is a bootable USB drive that runs the entire Google TV operating system. And I mean the complete system. This isn't just some clunky media player. You can actually install apps directly from the Play Store just like you would on a real Chromecast or a brand new smart TV.
Okay, every great project starts with a little bit of prep work, right? So let's gather up our digital tools. And don't you worry, everything we need is super simple, totally free, and really easy to find. And here is our entire shopping list. First up, you need a USB drive. Now, 16 gigs will get the job done, but trust me, 32 or even 64 is what you want for the best experience. Next, you'll need the special Google TV package. It has the operating system and some other important files. And lastly, this amazing little free tool called Rufus. That's it.
All right, with our tools all lined up, it is time to start building. This first part is all about using that tool, Rufus, to lay the foundation for our portable Google TV. Let's get into it.
Okay, go ahead and plug in your USB drive and open up Rufus. First thing, click Select and find that Google TV ISO file you downloaded. Now this next part is maybe the most important step in Rufus. You'll see a slider for persistent partition size. This is absolutely crucial. You have to drag that thing all the way to the right to use all the space. Then you'll pick your partition scheme, we'll talk about that in a sec, and then you just hit start. So, MBR or GPT? I know, it sounds super technical, right? But it's actually dead simple to figure out. On your computer, press the Windows key and R at the same time, type in MSInfo32, and just hit enter. Look for a line that says BIOS mode. If it says Legacy, you're going to choose MBR. If it says UFI, which, let's be honest, most computers from the last 8 years or so will say, you choose GPT. See? Simple as that. Now, once Rufus finishes its thing, you might be really tempted to just boot up the drive and see if it works. But hold on. As the original guide points out, if you stop right here, you're going to end up with a measly 3 gigs of storage space, which is, well, it's basically useless for installing apps. We have one more secret step to unlock its true power. Okay, this next part is where the real magic happens. We're going to manually reconfigure the drive to make sure Google TV can actually see and use all that space we set aside. This is kind of the insider trick that makes this whole project a massive success. So, right-click your Start button and open up Disk Management. Find your USB drive in the list. You'll notice it has 2 different sections, or partitions. You want to right-click the bigger one and just delete the volume. Then right-click that new black unallocated space that appears and create a new simple volume. And just use all the available size. When it asks for a file system, you want to choose exFAT. Now, if you don't see exFAT as an option, no big deal. Just pick NTFS for now. You can reformat it to exFAT right after in the File Explorer. Okay, our big storage partition is ready to rock. The final step in construction is just a quick little file shuffle. We're going to move 2 really important files into this new giant partition, and this is what's going to connect the operating system to all its storage space. All right, open up your USB drive in File Explorer. You'll see the little original partition and the huge one you just made. Go into the small one, find the file called system.sfs, right-click and cut it. Don't copy it, cut it, and then paste it into the large partition. Next, go back to the Storages folder that you originally downloaded, copy the right data.image file for your drive size, and paste that into the large partition too. So which data.image file is the correct one? Well, it just depends on the total size of your USB drive. This table breaks it down perfectly. If you have a 32 gig drive like I'm using, you'll grab the 16 gig data file. Got a 64 gig drive? Use the 32 gig file, and so on. This just makes sure you have enough room for the file itself, plus tons of free space left over. And that's it. The drive is built, the files are in place. Now for the moment of truth. Let's get to the final stage and see this whole thing come to life when we boot it up for the very first time.
Now, before you reboot, there is one common little hurdle you might have to clear: Secure Boot. Most modern PCs have this turned on for security, but it's going to block our custom OS. So you'll need to restart your computer and jump into the BIOS, usually by tapping F2, F10, or the delete key right as it starts up, and just find the option to disable Secure Boot.
Okay, with Secure Boot disabled, restart your computer, and this time you're going to repeatedly press your boot menu key. This key is different for every brand. It might be F12 for a Dell or F9 for an HP. When that menu pops up, you just select your USB drive from the list and then choose the very first boot option on the Google TV screen that appears. And that's it. You're in. You have successfully booted into Google TV. That first boot might take an extra minute or two, but then you'll see the welcome screen. From here, it's just like setting up any new phone or smart device. Connect to your Wi-Fi, sign in with your Google account, and you are good to go.
And what's the big reward for all that tricky partitioning work? This. By doing those steps correctly, you now have a massive amount of free space. On my 32 gig drive, there's over 20 gigabytes free for all the apps, games, and media you could possibly want to install. So there you have it. A complete, portable Google TV system, all living on a tiny USB drive, ready to plug into any machine you want. You have the entire Play Store at your fingertips. So the only question left is, what are you going to install first?